Good morning, class. Welcome to the new session where we study Indian physiography. India is a vast country and it has a variety of landforms. They include mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, and coastal plains. These have influence on the river system, climate, natural vegetation, land use, agriculture, transport, distribution of population, etc. On the basis of physiography, India can be divided into four major divisions. They are the northern mountains, the northern Great Plains, the peninsular plateau, and the coastal plains and islands. The northern mountains. They comprise of the Himalayas, which are a group of young fold mountains. They extend as a continuous chain along the northern boundary of India. They are the highest mountain ranges in the world. They have highest peaks, deep valleys and gorges, glaciers and passes, etc. The Himalayas consists of three parallel ranges: the Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, and Shivalik Hills. The Greater Himalayas. They are the innermost, continuous, and highest ranges. The average height of the range is 6,100 meters. These ranges have many high peaks, of which Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. The other peaks are Kanchenjunga, Makulu, Dhavalagiri, Manaslu, Nandadevi, etc. As the greater Himalayas are covered with snow throughout the year, these ranges are called Himadri. They are the home of many glaciers such as Gangotri and Yamunotri glaciers. There are many passes too. The Lesser Himalayas. These ranges are located to the south of the Greater Himalayas. They are also known as Himachal. They are 60 to 80 kilometers wide and 1500 to 4500 meters high. The eastern part is covered with forests. There are many parallel ranges in the Lesser Himalayas. For example, the Pir Panjal, the Dhawaldhar, the Nagatiba, the Mussoorie, the Mahabharat, and the Darjeeling ranges. They contain many valleys such as Kashmir Valley, Kangra Valley, Kulu Valley, etc. These are also noted for hill stations such as Shimla, Ranikhet, Mussoorie, Nainital, and Darjeeling. The Shivalik Hills. They are the outermost ranges or foothills located to the south of the main Himalayas. Therefore, they are also known as Outer Himalayas. They are the lowest range of the Himalayas with a height of 600 to 1500 meters and width varying from 15 to 150 kilometers. They extend from Jammu and Kashmir in the west to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. They have flat bottom, structured valleys which are known as dunes. For example, Dehradun. Now the northern Great Plain. It lies between the Himalayas and the peninsular plateau of India. It is formed by the depositional work of three river systems, namely the Satluj, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. It is the largest alluvial soil tract in the world, extending east to west a length of 2500 kilometers. Its average width varies from 240 to 340 kilometers. It covers an area of about 7 lakh square kilometers. The plain is formed from the fertile alluvium deposited by the rivers flowing from the Himalayas. The plain is very flat and the rocks are not exposed on the surface. Now the peninsular plateau. This is the largest physical division of India. It is the oldest landmass. It was being a part of the Gondwana land. It lies to the south of the Great Plains and occupies about 16 lakh square kilometers. It is roughly triangular in shape and its apex is formed by Cape Kanyakumari in the southern extensivity. It is bounded by many hills and plateaus, namely the Aravali, Vindhyas, Satpuras, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, Chota Nagpur Ranges, Deccan Plateau, Malwa Plateau, etc. The Aravalli Range is the oldest fold mountain, lies to the northwest. Guru Shikhar is the highest peak on the Abu Hills of the Aravalli Range. The Vindhya Range flanks the northern edge of the Narmada Valley. The Satpura Range runs in an east-west direction south of the Vindhyas in between the Narmada and Tapi rivers. Now, the Western Ghats. The Western Ghats are a continuous range running parallel to the west coast of India from the Tapi Valley to Kanyakumari. They are also known as the Sahyadris. They are very steep on the western side and gentle on the eastern side. Borghat, Talghat, and Palghat are important passes across the Western Ghats. South of the Palghat Gap, the Western Ghats continue as Annamalai, the Palani, and the Cardamom Hills. Anemudi in the Annamalai Hills is the highest peak in South India. Now the Eastern Ghats. They run almost parallel to the east coast of India. They extend from Mahanadi Valley in the north towards the Nilgiri Hills in the south, where they join the Western Ghats. They are lower than the Western Ghats and are not continuous. The highest peak in the Eastern Ghats is Armakonda. The Deccan Plateau is bounded by Satpur and Vindhyas in the northwest, the Western Ghats in the west and the Eastern Ghats in the east, the Mahadev and the Maikal range in the north. The Chota Nagpur Plateau lies in the northeastern part of the peninsular India. The plateau of peninsular India is fringed by coastal plains on either side. It extends from Rann of Kutch in the west to the delta of Ganga in the east. The coastal plain can be divided into two parts, the western coastal plain and the eastern coastal plain. The western coastal plain. It lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. It extends from the Rann of Kutch to Kanyakumari. It is narrow, steep, and rocky. It can be divided into three parts. The Konkan coast, which lies to the south of the Gujarat plain, extends from Daman to Goa. The Karnataka coast, which extends from Goa to Mangalore, and the Malabar coast, which extends from Mangaluru to Kanyakumari. Now, the eastern coastal plains. This extends from the north of river Suvarnaleka to Kanyakumari. It lies between the eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal. It is broader than the western coastal plain. Many rivers of South India flow across the plain and they have formed deltas. For example, the Mahanadi, the Godavari, the Krishna, and the Kaveri. Traditionally, the eastern coastal plain is divided into two parts, the northern Sarkar, which lies to the north of river Krishna, and the southern part, which is called Coromandel coast. Some lagoons are formed in these coastal plains, such as Lake Chilka, Lake Pulicat, and Lake Kolleru. Now, the islands of India. The Lakshadweep Islands are in the Arabian Sea and are formed by corals. 43 more islands are also found in Arabian Sea. The Andaman Nicobar Islands are in the Bay of Bengal. Other 204 islands or 204 islands are also found there in the Bay of Bengal. With this, we have come to the end of the lesson. Let me wind up the class for now, but we'll meet you soon with another new video. Till then, it's bye to you all. Thank you, students.